On Monday, December the 7th, 2020, Chuck Yeager died. He was 97. Primarily known for being the first man to break the sound barrier, in fact Yeager had an amazing military career besides his paving the way in the space race. Born in West Virginia in 1923, Charles Chuck Yeager's rise to become living legend is a testament to his determination, skill and courage. In September 1941, Yeager enlisted in the United States Army Air Force. Initially training to be a mechanic, something he had an aptitude for due to working on machines as a child with his father, the attack on Pearl Harbor in December that year saw him soon switch to flight school. On his first ever flight in an aircraft, he threw up. Not a great start, but he would go on to be a great fighter pilot. Deploying to England in late 1943, he flew P-51B Mustangs and achieved one kill before being shot down over France on March 5th, 1944. He was able to link up with the French resistance and spent almost a month assisting them against the Germans before they were able to help him to escape to Spain. Returning to England, Yeager would prove to be an excellent fighter pilot and combat leader, finishing the war with an official score of 11.5 kills. 5 of these he got on one day, October the 12th, 1944, in a single engagement. After the war, Yeager became a test pilot and in 1947 he was selected to fly Bell Aircraft's X-1 in an attempt to exceed the speed of sound. The attempt was very much a shot into the unknown, with the risks considered to be huge. Yeager's odds weren't helped by the fact that he fell off a horse 2 days before the flight, breaking 2 of his ribs. He strapped himself up and kept quiet about the pain he was in, which was bad enough that he had to rig up a broomstick so he could shut the canopy on the X-1 on the day of the flight. On October 14th, 1947, Yeager took the X-1 to a speed of Mach 1.05, making him the first person to ever break the speed barrier. He would exceed this in December 12, 1953, when he took the improved X-1A to Mach 2.44. This flight almost turned to disaster after Yeager lost control of the aircraft, dropping 51,000 feet in less than a minute. However, he was able to regain control and land safely. After spells commanding fighter squadrons in Germany and Spain, he was promoted to colonel in 1961 and the following year took over as commander of the new USAF Aerospace Research Pilot School. Here he was seriously injured in December 1963 after having to eject from one of the school's NF-104s on a demonstration flight. It may well have been this incident that led to one of his most famous sayings. If you can walk away from a landing, it's a good landing. If you can use the airplane the next day, it's an outstanding landing. In 1966, Yeager was posted to the Philippines as commander of the 405th Fighter Wing. Here he would fly an additional 127 combat missions over Vietnam, mainly in B-57 bombers on close support missions. He was then promoted to Brigadier General and in 1975 retired from the Air Force. In December of that year, Congress awarded Yeager a silver medal, which was the equivalent to a non-combatant Medal of Honor in recognition of his achievements. In his retirement, he stayed, as you'd expect, incredibly active, including flying supersonic for the last time in 2012 in the United States Air Force F-15. What is perhaps most remarkable is that Yeager, who never attended college and was often modest about his background, is considered by many, including the National Aviation Hall of Fame, a few US presidents, and the United States Air Force, to be one of the greatest pilots of all time. He was, and always will be, a legend.